This is the Askimit DTX10, and if you are in any sort of furniture design, layout, or anything where you have to deal with measurements, show people what's going on, this is cool. You might not see this on the job site, but this is a tool that you can use to easily see the measurement marks, especially if you're really not good at seeing exactly what things are. You can see here at this laser line now, we are 2 foot 9 inches in 9/32 of an inch, which you can get very accurate with this, especially if you're not good at reading the tape. And if you need something a little bit larger, this works also because you can change colors on this. You can do anything. So if your eyes are bad, this works amazing. Now, if you want to change where you're measuring to, this is now measuring from the back of this unit forward. And if we want to measure directly here from the front without the laser measure, that's going to tell us exactly what that tape measurement is. And you can see when I just push this tape, even just slightly, it's moving from where it is. So it knows what's going on, and it's pretty smart. We have a retraction button here, which is pretty sweet. Now this laser that's out here is going out 180 degrees, and it'll actually fill up a room. So you can look around, show people what's going on. So if you were laying out a couch and you said, hey, this couch is going to be 5 feet, we're going to go out to 5 feet, and then it's going to turn to an L and go over 10 feet. People can actually start to visualize that, and I think that is a huge deal when you look at this laser measurement or laser guide. Now, if we want to do a laser measurement, we can actually get in here, and there is a small learning curve to this, so go with me. We can get into the laser measurement status, and we can hit OK, and then boom, we can see 16.5 feet forward. You can't see the laser. It's basically just a little red dot, and it's pretty sweet. Now it's going to measure again from either the front, the line, or the back of the unit. You can set this all with this button over here, and all we have to do is turn this line on again. So from here to my garage door, push the button, boom, 16 foot, 2 inches, 29:30 seconds. So I think that's pretty cool. Now we can change everything on this if we go into settings. If we want this to be some sort of a different type of measurement tool, if we want to see different ways it's laid out, if we want to see a different color, I mean, we can see so many things, especially like here, we can change this from pink to green to white to black. Yellow just seemed to be something to me that worked for my eyes. It's absolutely amazing what you can do. Now, if we get deeper into this, we can actually change things up and do different styles of measurements. So if we want to measure parts of a room, if we want to measure volume, or if we want to measure height, which is simple. Let's do a quick, simple calculation on height, which I think is pretty simple. We're just going to go straight across to the garage door again, 15 foot 11 inches. And then we will take this and go up to the top of the ceiling. And that tells us, boom, we were 10 foot 1 inches away from the top of the ceiling. Now the cool part about all this is you can get this up to Bluetooth on your phone. So if you are taking a look at this, you can see all the measurements that I've currently done. You can change anything up. And then here, if we go into this one, this was the distance to the wall. So we can edit exactly what came out. So you can change measurements inside here. And if you want to do specific drawings or anything like that, you can draw out something by hand and then put in the specific measurements. I think that's amazing, especially if you're a furniture designer or anything like that. You can do anything by hand. And there is countless things that you can do with this program that allow you to just get through and see exactly what's going on. I mean, there is tons and tons of things, and it tells you what you can do, how to do things. And I think that this app is something that you see a lot with laser distance measurers, and I think that's great. Just another thing that's added to the system So I get it. You're like, hey, Brian, that laser measurement thing does everything every other laser measurement does, and I can get a ruler or tape measure and I'm good. But what you can't find is something where you can use the tape measure portion of it, have it come out digitally, save different measurements, and then do the same volume calculations, and or have a tape measure that comes out that has a visual line like this. And I get it that this line is not going to be very visible in this shop, but inside a house I can say, okay, the wainscoting is going to go from about here down. And that person is going to be able to look around and say, okay, I get it. That's my line. From there down is my wainscoting. Or from this area back is approximately where we're going to put the tile down. So we're going to have this carpet come up to here. You're going to be able to see that. We're going to be able to walk it out. We're going to be able to move it. Furniture people moving a couch around saying, okay, well, what do you think of this? Walk by the laser. You can see it. That laser that's on here is priceless. And to someone who can't see well looking at a tape measure, when you look at the different colors on this, absolutely priceless. So being able to have the tape with you, being able to read it as you want to read it, measure from where you want to measure, add things up if you want to. There's a million functions inside of this that just could be gone over for days, but it's perfect. When you really look at it, and look at what it shows you, how it shows it to you, and how you can read it, it's great. I mean, if I get to a point with this where I have the right screen up, I can come out here and you can say, oh, look, that's 2 foot 10 inches. It's probably read it from there. That's just something I think is amazing. When you counter it with everything else that you have here and the ability to use it, the only downside you have is that you have to learn it. So it's going to take you a day or two to get used to all the different functions. And if you want to set it up so it goes to your phone, it's then going to probably take you another 5-6 times to figure out how to draw something and get everything in just perfect. And it's not difficult, but there's a little learning curve to it. The battery is on the inside of it. If there is a downside to this, it does come with a case. The battery has a screw that holds it closed. You do get a tool with this. This tool is basically an Allen wrench and a Phillips screwdriver. This Phillips head that's in the back is what holds this battery in place. Not easy to get to, but the good news is it's a nice lithium battery that's fairly large. And this battery then is USB-C chargeable right here. And you simply just plug this dude in, let it charge, and once it comes back, this thing will last you a week plus on the job site if you're using it 8 hours a day. If you're not using it that much, it'll last you months. Put this back in, snap it into place, screw that down. It's not a bad setup. I wish it just had a different thing than the Phillips. If it just clicked out, you know, it would be easier. But I get it. The Phillips is not going to fail anyone. It's going to be right in there. This battery is not falling out. So if there's a good part to the Phillips, that's it. It just takes a little bit more to get in and charge the battery. Again, battery life's amazing. Bluetooth time is going to take the battery down a little bit. But at the same time, if you're using the Bluetooth, completely worth it. Neat tool. Not for everyone, but for a lot of situations, different people looking at this tool could be very valuable. I'll put a link to it in the description. I'm always open to your comments, 100%. Leave them on this. This is an interesting one for me, but I just wanted to get it out there to you guys. So as always, appreciate those comments. Give us a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.